Success is not built in a day. It is built daily. People often admire the final result. They celebrate the athlete lifting the trophy, the entrepreneur building $1 million company, the artist creating a masterpiece, the student topping the examination. But what they rarely see is the invisible force behind every extraordinary achievement. Consistency. The quiet habit of showing up again and again and again, even when no one is watching, even when motivation disappears, even when results seem impossible. There was once a young man named Daniel. He wasn't the smartest person in the room. He wasn't the most talented. He wasn't born into wealth. He didn't possess extraordinary gifts. In fact, if you had met him years earlier, you probably wouldn't have noticed anything special about him. He was ordinary, and that's exactly why his story matters. Daniel had dreams, big dreams. He wanted to change his family's future. He wanted to build a successful life. He wanted to prove that where you start does not determine where you finish. But like many people, he had one problem. He relied on motivation. Whenever he watched an inspiring video, he would become excited. He would create schedules, write goals, promise himself that this time, everything would change. For 2 or 3 days, he worked hard. Then life happened. He became tired, distracted, discouraged. Eventually, he quit. Months turned into years. His dreams remained the same, but his actions didn't. One evening, after another failed attempt, Daniel sat alone and asked himself a difficult question. What if motivation isn't enough? That question changed his life, because motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. Some mornings, you'll wake up excited. Other mornings, you'll feel exhausted. Some days, you'll feel unstoppable. Other days, you'll doubt yourself completely. If your success depends on how you feel, your progress will always be unstable. That's when Daniel discovered consistency. The decision to act regardless of emotions, to keep moving forward even when the excitement fades. He made a simple commitment, not to become great overnight, but to become slightly better every single day. He started small. He read 10 pages daily. He exercised for 20 minutes. He practiced his skills for 1 hour. He saved a little money. He learned one new thing every day. It didn't look impressive. Nobody applauded. Nobody noticed. There were no dramatic transformations, no overnight miracles. But consistency doesn't demand perfection. It demands persistence. A single drop of water seems harmless, but over time, it can carve through stone. A tiny seed planted in the soil appears insignificant. Yet with patience and consistency, it grows into a mighty tree. The same principle applies to life. Small actions repeated consistently create extraordinary results. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Daniel continued showing up. Some mornings, he wanted to sleep longer, but he got up. Some evenings, he wanted to quit, but he continued. Sometimes, progress felt invisible, yet he kept going. Because consistency teaches an important lesson. You don't have to see immediate results to trust the process. Think about going to the gym. You don't exercise once and become fit. You don't eat one healthy meal and transform your health. You don't study one night and master a subject. You don't upload one video and build a successful channel. The magic lies in repetition. The things you do repeatedly shape the person you become. 1 year later, people began noticing changes in Daniel. His confidence improved. His knowledge expanded. His discipline strengthened. His financial habits matured. People suddenly asked him, "What's your secret?" They expected him to reveal a shortcut, a hidden strategy, a magical formula. But Daniel smiled and answered, "There is no secret. I just refuse to stop." The truth is, consistency is often boring. It means doing the same things repeatedly, practicing when nobody is watching, studying when others are relaxing, working when distractions call your name, showing up even when progress feels invisible. Most people quit because they expect immediate rewards. They plant seeds and dig them up the next day to check if they've grown. But success doesn't work that way. Great things take time. A bamboo tree spends years developing roots beneath the ground before it suddenly grows rapidly toward the sky. To an outsider, it appears to happen overnight. But the truth is, the growth started long before anyone noticed. Your life is no different. Every page you read matters. Every workout counts. Every dollar saved matters. Every skill practiced matters. Every attempt teaches something valuable. Nothing is wasted. Even failures become teachers. Consistency doesn't mean never failing. It means refusing to let failure stop you. You miss one workout. You return the next day. You make a mistake. You learn and continue. You face rejection. You improve and try again. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is persistence. Because successful people aren't always the most talented. They're often the people who stayed long enough to improve. When others quit after disappointment, they continued. When others became distracted, they focused. When others searched for shortcuts, they trusted the process. Imagine what would happen if you committed to consistency for the next year. What if you improved your English for 30 minutes every day? What if you read books consistently? What if you exercised regularly? What if you practiced public speaking daily? What if you worked toward your dreams without waiting for motivation? Where would you be 12 months from now? Probably much farther than you imagine. Because small efforts compound over time. Just like money earns interest, consistent actions multiply. 1% improvement each day may seem insignificant, but over months and years, those improvements transform lives. The person you become tomorrow is created by the habits you choose today. Remember this: motivation starts the journey. Consistency finishes it. Anyone can work hard when they feel inspired, but champions continue when inspiration disappears. That's what separates dreamers from achievers. Discipline says, "I'll do it anyway." Consistency says, "I'll return tomorrow." Persistence says, "I won't quit." Life will test you. There will be setbacks. People may doubt you. Results may arrive slower than expected. You may wonder whether your efforts matter. During those moments, remember this: every masterpiece was built one brushstroke at a time. Every book was written one page at a time. Every building was constructed one brick at a time. Every success story was created one ordinary day at a time. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need extraordinary talent. You only need the courage to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. Consistency transforms ordinary people into extraordinary examples. It turns fear into confidence, weakness into strength, dreams into reality. So if you're listening to this today and feeling discouraged, Keep going if progress seems slow. Keep going if nobody believes in you. Keep going if you've failed before. Start again, because the difference between who you are and who you want to become is often found in the choices you repeat every day. One day, people will admire your success. They'll call you lucky. They'll say you were gifted. But only you will remember the truth. The early mornings, the difficult nights, the sacrifices, the discipline, the countless moments you chose consistency over comfort. And when that day comes, you'll realize something powerful. Success was never about giant leaps. It was about small steps taken faithfully, day after day, month after month, year after year, until one ordinary person became extraordinary. So begin today. Read one page, take one walk, practice one skill, upload one video, save $1, learn one lesson. Do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. Because consistency has a power few people respect until it changes their lives. And if you embrace it, it might just change yours too. Remember this: small actions, repeated consistently, create extraordinary results. Stay patient, stay disciplined, stay consistent. Because your future is built by what you do today, not occasionally, but consistently.